Hey, what's up, peeps? How you doing today? That coffee is still hot. Anyways, hope you're all doing well. Making sure my mic is on. Yeah, it wasn't on last time and I was using my other one, but we're good. We got the new good mic. Ended up getting a Shure microphone. Shure is a really good brand, obviously. I didn't get the top of the line one because couldn't justify dropping that much cash on a mic right now, but I got kind of like the mid-range. It's called the Shure MV7 Plus, and I've been pretty happy with it so far. So that's what we're working with. All right, let's go to chat here. Yeah. All right, so why don't we just switch right on over to pairing view, and I'll give a recap, kind of what's going on. So let me just start this up. Basically, I've been working on here. Let's just go to unsight.dev. If I knew how to spell. Okay, there we go. I'll drop this in the chat. There we go. Let's just bump it up. Drop this. Cool. So this is a project from Daniel Roe, who works on the Next.js core team and stuff. Oh, we got a jabroni here, eh? I'm here. You can stop talking to Nightbot now. Yeah, no, I was talking to my moderator bot because every time somebody comes on and like comments, it's like if they put a link, it's like Nightbot just gets really like intrusive, and so I changed the settings, but I have another bot, the Stream Elements, and I probably don't need that one in there. But anyways, it blocked the other bot from posting links. So, anyways. Cool, cool, cool. So yeah, so Daniel has this project, and basically what it is, you install a GitHub app on your repository, and what it'll do is it'll scan your issues, and it's going to find similarities between issues. So if we look at here, for example, so I created a test repository called the test repo for unsight.dev. Just got some people on the stream a couple streams ago to create some issues, and basically it clusters them based on similarity. So these ones seem to be pretty similar, these ones as well, and that's kind of what it does. And this is super helpful for maintainers because they can see like, oh, okay, well, like a lot of people have been saying tests are failing. Maybe we should look at tests, or maybe it's like, okay, people opened up the same issue, but the issue, we only need the one issue. So maybe we'll just close the other ones. So there's a couple things you can do. Hey, how's it going, Charles? Good to see you, man. So that's essentially what the website does. Cool. Glad you're doing all right. Um, so this is all working right now. It's still a proof of concept from Daniel, but people have been contributing to it, including myself. And I'll drop a link to the repo. People can check it out. And essentially, there was an issue, number 4, which is still open, which is me. Okay, so basically, Daniel opened up an issue to say like, why are you not seeing my screen? You are seeing my screen, but I feel like it's showing a different screen. Maybe that's something different. Why is that? Weird. Is my screen kind of frozen, or not my camera, because I can see that moving, but it seems to be showing. I don't see my background refreshing. Let me just test something here. Yeah, it does seem frozen or something. Let me switch back to just here for a sec, and then let's come back here. Weird. It is frozen. Okay. That's the first time for everything. Let's go main monitor. Let's hide it. Let's bring it back. Can I refresh it? What can I do here? That is very odd. Okay. I'm gonna just try and change it. Okay. We're gonna get some inception going on for a sec. Oh, I can do restart capture. That's what I'm gonna do. Ah, there we go. No idea what happened, but we are back. We are so back. Let me see if okay, now it's fine. All right. So anyways, Daniel opened up this issue saying like it'd be cool to have a Chrome extension where we could show the related issues in line. So like um on github.com. And so that's what I've been working on. And so to do that, you create a browser extension. And for folks who haven't built browser extensions before, I think most people kind of get the idea what they are. It's like it enhances a page with something. So like a password manager is a perfect example. So like if you log out, like here, if I open up incognito and I go to github.com and see the login page, which is like something most of us don't see that often on github.com, but you can see here that 1Password is showing, and this is basically the browser extension for 1Password that's injecting HTML, CSS, and some JavaScript to allow you to use 1Password. So that's kind of what a password browser extension does. Think of that as the front end of the browser extension, but you can also have stuff in the back end of the browser extension. So nowadays that's using a background service. It's a service worker these days, but essentially if you want to talk to the back end, you have to send messages. And this is a good thing because, for example, like if you think of the context of a password browser extension, you don't really want to go to a web page and all of a sudden all like passwords and logins for that particular site are just loaded up in the DOM, like the document object model, or like in the front end somewhere. So what you have to do is, so like when I come here, for example, first off, 1Password, I'm already logged in, so it knows I'm logged in. So I get the key. Oh, actually, sorry, I'm not. So like I'm gonna click on it. It's gonna go like, oh, you've gotta, let me in. I'm not gonna do it because I just don't want my thing showing a bunch of passwords, or usernames. But there's a message that gets sent to the back end of the browser extension that says, hey, Nick clicked the button here and he's not logged in. So that message comes back, and then that's how you get this like, oh, well, you got to log in with your MFA or your password or whatever. And then once you log in, it goes, probably sends a message back saying, okay, they logged in. Okay, now I can give you a list of the users for GitHub, for example. And it's just, that's how you do the message passing. So even a browser extension has a front end and a back end to it. So that's kind of in a nutshell. So I've been working on one, like I said, for this project. So I'm going to start it off. So we're using PNPM. I have P there. That's just an alias for PNPM for me. And one of the things I did recently was, if we open up another tab here, go merged. The first thing I did was, because I was just experimenting with this outside of the project. And then I was like, Daniel was like, oh, do you want to, it can be a separate project if you want. And I was like, I think it kind of makes sense to be in it. So I converted the project to a mono repo in PNPM, so a PNPM workspace. That was the first step. And now we're at this point where it's in draft mode, but I have this pull request up. I'm hoping to finish it today. 10x -3 engineer here, saving those keystrokes. All right, we'll call you. Hey, what's up, Brandon? Good to see you, man. Yeah, that's my man Brandon there, my old coworker. Good people. We'll be hanging tomorrow, actually, catching up. So the browser extension, I have it working now. So I'm gonna just refresh this page. Let's go to directives. So the Directus project, which is like from the company Directus, they installed the GitHub app for unsight.dev. And so now what I'm doing is I'm calling an API, and I've injected this piece of HTML and like interactivity. This is using Vue. I ended up using Vue because uh, Daniel works on the Nuxt.js team. That's all Vue. Unsight.dev's in Vue. even though I do React a lot, I was like, it makes sense to use Vue. So I'm still new to Vue, but basically this is getting injected here. And this is the browser extension doing the work. And you can see this if we open up the dev tools, and I'll zoom in because the browser dev tools always get like, they're super tiny, but let's zoom in here. Let's close the console. Let's go to the network tab, and I'm going to refresh the page. And you're going to see there's this call here, and it's going to unsight.dev. This is me in the browser extension calling that. And then we're getting a response back, which is this JSON payload. It's an array. And we've got a few things here. I could also, there's labels associated to which I could actually add that too. That's some other data. But essentially we're getting a list of the issues, and that list there is what I'm populating here. So that's pretty cool. And this seems pretty trivial, like looking at it, but it's, they might end up doing some extra work with it. But this is going to be super useful because as you go to different issues, like if I come to this one, it's going to load up and then it's going to show the similar issues again. And so like you can keep going, look at another one, and it's just going to keep loading it. So uh, this is something that Daniel thought would be super useful. I think it would be super useful too, because as a maintainer, you want to see like what issues are similar, because you may want to close them because they're duplicates, but also it just could be like a signal, like there's a bunch, they're not exactly the same issues, but like a bunch have said like tests fail or something. So this is a signal to you as a maintainer to go like, I don't know, should take a peek there maybe. So it's all working right now. So I just have to do a bit of cleanup, I think, and then I'm gonna open up the PR. Yeah, you could. No joke, Charles. You could literally do the same thing. You would just basically have to. I would suggest forking, or even suggesting to Daniel, like, uh, I don't know if he'd, because this is kind of GitHub specific, but as long as you can, like, the algorithm would be the same. You just get the issues, you're reading the contents, and you could literally do the same thing and install it as a browser extension. And the thing with this browser extension is it, you could make it public, publish it to like the Chrome and the Firefox browser extension stores. But if it was internal only, you could do that too. And I'll show you how you load a browser extension locally while you're developing it, in case, because I don't know how much experience people have with browser extensions, but I'm in Microsoft Edge right now. It's Chromium based. Google Chrome's the same thing. Firefox, it looks a little different, but let's just go to Manage Extensions. And the thing you need to do is you need to have this developer mode enabled, and enabling that will give you this load unpack. So like if I turn this off, you're going to see all that top bar disappears. It's going to bring that back. And then you basically just have to say load unpacked, and wherever the manifest is, like I'm in development mode right now, but the project I'm using is from Anthony Fu. It's using Vita under the hood, so there's hot module reloading, and it just basically updates this folder, including the manifest. But the manifest is kind of like the central piece that kind of just says, like, describes what the extension is, what permissions it has, what domains it can run on, etc. So basically you just select it and then load it up, and you can see these are all like actual browser extensions that are like from the published store. But here's mine, and you can see details about it. It's still got the logo from the browser extension template, but that's fine. This is just a work in progress still. Like we'll probably get a logo at some point. But another thing to note is you can actually run browser extensions in incognito mode. I do this for 1Password sometimes, like when I've had to test stuff, because like instead of clearing cookies and stuff, so you can just say allow in private, and it'll look the same on Chrome. Like if we go to, I'll just go through the three browsers just to show you. So, all right, let's do that. So we're looking at Microsoft Edge right now, and we loaded unpack. And if we come here, I'm gonna go and say manage extensions. You can also literally just type in the address bar chrome:// extensions, and it's the same thing. So like the UI looks slightly different if we look at the two. Like developer mode's up here on Chrome, but I enable it, and then you get that load unpack button, and it's the same idea again. And then I can select it over here, and it says extension got loaded, and I can see it here. And if I go to GitHub in Chrome now, this should work. I haven't tried it in Firefox. It should work in Firefox too. But okay, so there's a double load issue. That's something I'll look into. Okay, cool. There we go. The double load, that might be something that's cached because I fixed that issue the other day. But let's go over to Firefox now, and just to show you the difference. And I haven't tried loading this unpacked in there yet. The browser extension template supports it, and the other thing to note about Firefox is, so Firefox, when you were building extensions uh, before, like maybe like, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago, I can't remember when they shifted, but basically things were very different in Firefox. And then at some point, they just said like, we're pretty much going to do the same APIs that Chrome has. And it's not exactly the same, but a lot of it it's pretty much the same. But the browser extension project I'm using, it has some polyfills too. But so let's go to extensions. So let's say manage extensions. And let's see here. So where is the settings again? Is it here? Oh yeah, so we want to enable, it's not load unpacked, it's called debug add-ons. And then you're going to say load temporary add-on. And then we're going to come here and let's go to unsight.dev and go to the folder where it's at. Or I think I have to select the manifest, yeah. Okay, so maybe there's an error in Firefox. Okay, background service worker is currently disabled. Okay, we'll worry about Firefox after. But anyways, that's how you load it unpacked. So let's go ahead and close that. And we're back here. This is still working. Okay, so there's a few things need to check. I think it's just mainly the CSS now, I think. So, because like if we go to the side panel, this isn't styled. And here, let me shrink this over a bit. And I'll show you something else. So like, yeah, let's just open this up again for a second. So if I make this bigger, so when you have the dev tools open for a page, this is like obviously super huge right now. I zoomed it in, but if we come back to here, where is it? Elements. Am I on the right thing? No, not network. Here. So this is the DOM related to that page, and you can see it because it's making it go blue. But if I come over here, this DevTools doesn't apply to that. So let's close these DevTools. And what you can do is, and I don't know if there's a shortcut for this, but you just say right click inspect, and you're still going to get the DevTools, but these DevTools now all of a sudden are specific to parts of the browser extension. So this is the side panel. You could also have it for the pop-up that browser extensions have, but then you can come in here and it's the same kind of idea. And you can also come in and debug stuff. So you can go to the sources, and let's make this a bit bigger. So typically you have your source code that you can access in here. But you can see here, this is the browser extension. So if I look for app.view, so all of a sudden I can see the side panel for view here. Okay, that's the wrong one. That's the non-source map one. But if I come here, this is the template, and I could put a breakpoint here. And I don't know, let's close. I don't know if I can do this. Let's see here. Inspect. Now there's no code, so I mean, I guess the template, it doesn't run or something, but there's nothing there. But anyways, you have access to the dev tools as well, and you can debug stuff as well. The Other thing I wanted to show about a browser extension is if we go to pick one, I'll just say manage. You can also see like if something goes wrong, there'll be a not here. Where is it? Let me zoom this in because this is actually web. So if there's any errors that occur, you can actually just there'll be a panel, not a panel, but another section will open up here that says errors. So if ever you're like, hey, what's going on? If you come here and see like there might be some errors there. You can also look in the dev tools too. But hey, Roxy, good to see you. So essentially, most things are done. I think the things I was stuck on yesterday. Let's close the side panel. Well, actually, let's try and style the side panel. So this is my first time really building something with Vue. I've done a live stream with Daniel Roe before on Nuxt, and we did a bit, but I didn't really build anything substantial, to be honest. So he was just kind of showing me a few things. So let's go to sidepanel.view, which is this page, and there's some Tailwind classes in here, but these don't seem to be getting picked up. Or oh wait, no, I don't think this is. I think this is coming from Uno CSS, I believe. I'm not sure. I've never used Uno CSS, which is in this project. So let's look at Uno here. Preset Uno, preset icons, transform directives. Let's go see what Uno CSS gives us actually. Okay, let's close this. I've been using Tailwind a lot lately, but let's just see. I know Uno's CSS is supposed to be really good. Also, totally fine that you're lurking, Roxy. I'm guessing you're working at the library, or I think your kiddos were sick. I can't remember. Um, so let's look at the presets. Okay. Okay, so the preset attempts to provide a common superset of the popular utility first frameworks, including Tailwind. Okay, so I should have access to these things. Some of them look. Oh, okay. I see. It's mixing both. Okay, so we got margin left 3 for Tailwind, but MA for tachyons. I haven't used tachyons really. Okay, so I should have access to these things. So let's kind of go back to the side panel here and let's make this bigger. Let's just make sure it actually is changing. So if I do this, okay, so it's updating. That's good. So we could say like class equals text, or what is it? XL. Um, okay, it's working. Okay, okay. So I just needed to do some stuff here. Okay. There. That's good. Or let's try 6. It's huge. All right. Okay. Now that I know, okay, so Tailwind's totally fine. That's good. All right, let's just make this easier here. Let's just say grid. And we'll do gap 2. There we go. And it's too big. Let's just do 4XL, I guess. Okay, and is there a CSS file? Okay, there is. Okay. So I do want to apply some defaults. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some defaults because like basically I don't want to have to like for all like anchors, for example, we're going to say a where not class, because if there's a class on it, we want to let them to be able to style it. And let's try that. Okay, cool. Teal 600, that doesn't look that accessible to color, but let's do yellow 600, sure. No, let's do. Okay, that seems okay. Um, maybe 300. Yeah, that seems okay. And we'll just say at apply, underline. There we go. Okay. That seems okay. All right. Let's see what else. That's good. Okay. Uh, Git add. Wait, what do I got in here? Side panel and main. Okay, yeah, that's right. Cool. So git add all of them. Git commit added some base styles and yeah, let's see here. I want this to affect just there actually, because I don't want it to affect the actual browser extension like on the page. So because we basically want to the interesting thing about when you have UI that you're enhancing in a page, you don't want to change the look of it per se, like unless it's like one password or something where it's like in our case we kind of want it to look like GitHub. So I'm not sure actually if putting these styles here is a good idea. So what we could do is this maybe. Um Trying to think what would make sense. We could do this. We could do, yeah, we could do main data sidebar, and then a not class, and then we're gonna give it this. So if I save this, that's not gonna change the UI right now. If like can't zoom in this UI. Hold on a sec. If I inspect, I can. I think. Uh, Boom, boom. No, that only zooms in the dev tools. Okay. Unfortunately, I can't zoom in the browser extensions side panel here, but I'm just going to fix the style. Hey, what's going on, Richard? Good to see you, my man. Okay, so basically what I'm doing here is I'm saying the main tag, if it has data sidebar, because this is the sidebar page, and I want to style like anchor elements, but only if they don't have a class attribute set. So let's come back here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just say data dash sidebar. And data dash are standard data attributes, so it's fine to use that. So if I save this, you see now we get it. Now the nice thing about this is I've basically allowed custom styling globally, but only for the side panel. So like we could probably even just do this. I think it supports nesting probably. Okay, no, maybe it doesn't. That's fine. Anyways, so this is like not going to affect anchor elements on like github.com where we actually have the browser extension in action. Okay, so let's look at, let's see, we could do the same thing, I guess. I could do this, H1 there, and then we could just save that. And then all of a sudden, it's applied there. And I think we're probably good. Maybe let's go 4XL again. Okay, I think that's good enough. Okay, so let's just add all these. Bum bum. And added some base styles for the side panel. And we should probably do the same thing for the pop-up. Let's just do this though. Yo, what's up, Anthony? Good to see you, my man. Let me zoom in a bit here. I just realized it's a little tiny. Okay, so that got committed. Since you're just joining, Anthony, I'm working on a browser extension for a project Daniel Roe's working on. It's called unsight.dev. I'll drop it in the chat. Basically, what it does is it is a GitHub app that you can install, and it crawls your repo and it finds similarities and issues. And then there's a web page where you can actually see that. That didn't do that right. Sorry, I'm trying to paste something in. Unsight.dev. So if we come back to unsight.dev for a second, unsight.dev. So it's this website here. Let me close the side panel. So basically you install it as a GitHub app, and then, like I said, it'll crawl for similarities and issues. And the browser extension I'm working on, basically what it does is I've added this section here. This isn't part of GitHub. If I zoom in here, this is literally not part of GitHub, but I'm enhancing GitHub issue pages by injecting that with the browser extension. So if we open up the dev tools again, and I'll just zoom in again, boom, boom. All I want to do is a zoom, zoom. All right, cool. If I come to the network panel, let's refresh again. You're going to see there's this call here. And this is a call to the unsight.dev API. And I'm getting a response back, which is an array of issues. And that array is what I list here. So yeah, you need issues, Anthony? I got issues. I'm sure a lot of people in chat have issues. So if you need some, we'll send them your way. Anyway, so that's all working. And there's like some loading states and stuff I need to do, but there's some other stuff, like there's a side panel. There's not much going on in here right now. I can't zoom this in, but it's just saying, like, more info about the project, go there. Nothing really fancy. And I'm going to do the same thing for the, you got issues for days. All right, cool, cool. So yeah, so basically I was isolating these global styles by just saying, like, only apply these to the main section, but only if there's a data dash sidebar, because actually that should be side panel, but anyways, um, because I don't want, getting back to rendering this in GitHub, we don't want the thing we're injecting to not like look like GitHub. So we want to try and use the styles that already exist on GitHub. So that's why this actually looks pretty similar. This icon, they have that on GitHub. I just took the one that Anthony was, not Anthony, Daniel was using, Daniel Roe. And I basically copied kind of the same idea of how they do it elsewhere. This text here is not accessible. Like that was just copy paste from the other day. So let's go clean that up too. So I basically have one main component, and I've barely done any view. Like I did one live stream with Daniel, and he was showing me Nux, and we did a bit. But this is the first time I'm actually building something with Vue. So it's a Vue app. And yeah, you want to stay on brand for sure. Cool, cool. Yeah, it's well, there's types of support, obviously. A couple things not trip me up, but it's just like, okay, this is how you define the props. I'm guessing that's maybe legacy that they converted into a generic with TypeScript here. But anyways, I got a couple functions just for building some URLs. And then essentially I pretty much copy pasted the markup that Daniel had on his unsight.dev page for showing an issue. But the thing we need to remove is this text gray is not dark enough. It'll fail contrast. And I'm kind of inclined to maybe even 700. We'll test it out in a sec. Okay, so one thing to note, like when I change the side panel here, it will refresh. There's hot module reloading with Vite in this Vue app. But the way a browser extension works is, like, once the page is loaded, you used to be able to refresh even with hot module reloading. But since the newer version of the manifest, there's other security things in place, and every template I've tried for like a browser extension. They just don't seem to be able to reload this automatically. So you have to do a manual refresh, but there's appropriately named a browser extension called reload extension. So I've installed that. So I'm going to reload it. And the page isn't going to change yet because the page has already been rendered and my browser extension ran. I'm going to refresh the page and we should see dark text now when I open this. And we don't. So what's going on? I think okay, yeah, I saw this the other day. This happens occasionally. It's talking about multiple source maps conflicting. I'm not sure why this happens yet and not really digging into that right now. So I'm just going to restart and let's reload. And if I do this again, we should have darker text now. So let's go see if this passes the color contrast. Shout out to Todd Libby for introducing me to this specific color contrast tool. I used others before, but he said this is the creme de la creme. So what I'm gonna do is, so background color, let's do dropper. This is white, pretty much. Yeah, it's literally white. Now I'm gonna click here and I'm gonna come click on the text and let's see what it says. Okay, so everything passes. That's good. Let's see if we can go a little lighter just to see. It might fail, but let's reload. All right, regulators. Right. Okay, that looks a little lighter, I think. So let's bring it back and we'll do the dropper again. And let's come over here. Okay, oh, whoops. I did the background. Whoops. Put that back to white. Let's come back up here. Okay, so that fails one of them. If we can get all of them, that's great. So let's just put it back. All right, cool. And we actually don't need these margin bottom ones. What we can do actually is, this is a template. Oh wait, this is for this. Oh yeah, we don't need this piece. This is like, why is that there? Okay, let's get rid of the margin bottom. Okay, now I'm gonna refresh this. They're probably gonna look tighter in a second, like closer together. And let's refresh this. I think they're slightly closer. I'm just gonna see, so flex row, sure. Letting tightest. Let's see here. One thing that threw me off about Vue is, so like I've done a lot of handlebars, so like this syntax made sense to me. I did one curly brace initially, but this makes sense to me. But I got thrown off when you're like adding like dynamic data to attributes. So like the href, you have to say colon href equals, and then the code actually goes into a string, and that's what threw me off. Like I would have, this is how I did it initially, and it wasn't working because I just didn't see the compilation error, but I was doing this. And to me, this made sense, but obviously, and it doesn't give an error either. But apparently that's not the syntax. So just a couple things. That's just getting used to Vue though. It's not like a bad thing or anything. Okay, let's see here. What do we got? Flex row. I'm just seeing if we can remove some stuff. I think everything is okay there. All right, so let's do this. Get that source map conflicting again. I'll have to figure that out, but I think that might be the browser extension template. I'm not sure. Okay, so let's do git add, and let's say these are just my aliases. This is commit. Let's say, or check in. Let's say cleaned up similar issue component markup. it's not JSX in Vue, so it's it's technically markup, I guess, but obviously the compiler goes through it. All right, and let's go to index, the main app, where this is where I actually load up things, and then I got to go into app.view. That's it. And this is where I got to do some cleanup too, because I've got some stuff like this isn't hard coded. It's in a constant, but this should probably be in like a public environment variable or something. So I'll clean that up too. Uh, in the details template, I could put this in a grid and give it a gap, but they seem to be pretty spaced well spaced right now. So I think that's okay. Let me just check in on a couple things. Just gonna check socials for a second there. Cool. All right, got some people give me a follow on Blue Sky. Awesome. Yeah, hope everybody's day is going well. It's I don't know about all of you, but like it's the time of year where I just feel my body literally just kind of going like, so it's almost the holidays, so um, it's just my body does it every year. I'm sure I'm not alone in that, but it's just one of those things. All right, cool. That's good. All right, let's get back to it. Yeah, hibernation mode, exactly, Brandon. Yeah, it's like I've been like in the I got one of those Sentry sweaters. I think I won it doing one of their their treasure hunts or whatever. Super comfy. I'm not wearing it today because I'm overheating a bit, but I've literally been living in that because like I know it's not there's no snow where Brandon's at, but like where I'm at, it's been snowing, then it's like ice, and then it's rained and melted. It's been kind of rinse repeat like that. So I'm not feeling too confident about snowboarding at Christmas, but we'll see. Maybe I'll go water skiing instead. I don't know. Okay, so okay, I don't think we need to do anything here. I think the main cleanup here is really um yeah, I'm not holding the use fetch hook properly, I don't think. That's one thing. What else was there? So yeah, there's a couple things. So yeah, I'm just gonna look up view public environment variables. I'm assuming it does it like other frameworks where you just say public underscore, but just curious because it would be good to have that. Let's zoom this in. Okay, mode development. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. Okay, view underscore app. Yeah, okay, so it's the same idea. Okay. You can specify environment variables placing the following files in the project root. Okay, cool. Load in all cases, local, load in all cases, ignored by Git. Okay, so we could do that. Let's do code.env.local. That's good. And they're supposed to be prefixed, right? Yeah, so view, I think it's view app and env file. Yeah, I know it's key values. Yeah, do not store any secrets. Yes, I get that. Uh, env loading priorities. Okay, no, it's view underscore app. That's what I was looking for. Okay, so we want this, and then let's come back over to, where was it? The app. So I've got this here. And cool. Let's put that in over there. Sorry, my .env. Okay, that looks good. This is something I'm curious for people when they do their environment variables. Like I remember when I worked at Dev 2, they never had quotes on stuff, like even for strings, I think. And I'm always like confused, like what is the best practice? Is like if it's text, like should it be in quotes or does it not matter? I think the actual text should be. Maybe it's more stuff like keys that I noticed without text, but um, let's go look in here now. So one thing I will say about Vue is I like how it does this. Um, Astro does this too. It's basically like a single file component, and Brandon's, who's in the chat here, on analog, there's analog SFCs as well, single file components. I really like the pattern of single file components, and yeah, you always use quotes. Okay, cool. Um, let's just give analog a shout out here. So check this out. If you've done any Angular, like I haven't. The last time I really used Angular in terms of production work was pre TypeScript, so Angular 1.4.3, I think, or 1.4.6. Um, but I've hung out on live stream before with Brandon a couple times, at least once, maybe twice. And like analog is really good. Like even though I don't do Angular in my day to day, if I were to, I would like SFCs make a lot of sense to me. And there's just like he's moving the needle. Like I think he's doing some great stuff there. And if you're interested in Angular at all, I highly encourage you to check out Analog. So, and if you want to give a sponsor over there too, go for it. I'm sponsoring Brandon over on GitHub, but you can also sponsor the project directly, I think, too. Um, anyways, so again, that's one thing I like about Vue as well is the single file components. So you have a script tag, and then you can specify the lang equals TS. You can default to JavaScript if you want, but I'm using TypeScript. And so there's a couple things I wanted to pull out. So this here, I mean, this I could probably, this is never going to change GitHub. So like we could just do this like GitHub base URL. And I could just pop this up here. I don't think it makes sense to, that doesn't need to be an environment variable. But the other one, unsight.dev does, because locally, I'm hitting the production one right now just because it was working better for me. But essentially, like you could be running this local host. So this we do need. So let's call this unsite, or wait, app view unsite dot dev, world's longest variable name, base URL. All right. Cool. Let's put that in here. We don't need it cloaked. There's no secrets here. All right. Boom. And then there we go. Thank you, Copilot. You got me. All right. So that's good. Obviously, this is not going to be imported yet. That should be, I have to see how you import that because like this isn't server side rendered, so you don't do process.env. I just want to see how that's done in Vue. Okay. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, so it polyfills process.env in client side code. Okay. Cool. That's fine. All right, so let's come up here and I'm just gonna spread it. Okay, let's pop that in there. And I know you can type this. Don't think you need to, but okay, so this seems okay. And we can just do this. I don't know. I could do this when the app loads up, actually. We could do this. Here. So in the initialize app, we can come up here and we can just do that. And what's the other one I've defined? View API. Oh, it's the same one. What am I doing? Oh no, it's API. That's why. Uh, you know what? We just need the one actually. Okay, and let's do that. And where was I? Index. Okay, so can do that. And if yes, exactly. We actually want to throw this. So console error. Yeah, I guess that's good enough for now. Sure. Okay, cool. Um, we could have some UI maybe to just say like it couldn't load, but expected use of the global var process. Yeah, okay, sure. Uh, process. Okay, what's the rule? Oh, it's do I have to do you have to do global this dot process dot global this dot of the global var use require process instead. Okay, sure. Will require use this, but you can't use require. Yeah, yeah, okay. Okay, you know what? For now, I'm just gonna do unexpected use of global variable process. So let's just no global assign. Is that it? What's the rule? Unused ESLint direct. No problems were reported. Okay. So what is the okay, var oh here, node prefer globe. Okay, that's what it is. Okay. Let's just copy that. Whoops. There we go. What you doing to me, Copilot? ESLint. There we go. Okay, that should be fine. If it's not set, then we just could give an alert. That could be a little annoying though. But anyways, let's just start off with this. And that's good. And then if we come back to here, that's fine. That's fine there. And then we want this again on the index. Where's the, where am I making that call? App.view, sorry. So let's do that here. Yes, I know it's unassigned. There we go. All right, so already that's a little better. Just keeping things clean, you know, just doing a. Okay, I think we're all good. Everything's building. Okay, so if we come back and let's go back to our issue, this one, or let's go to the directest one. This one here. Okay. All right, so I haven't reloaded the browser extension. Let's reload it. And let's open up the dev tools just to see if it does load up. Let's refresh. Whoops. All right. So we see that it did not make the call. So there's an error. So I'm clearly holding something wrong. It's definitely related to the process. Okay. Yeah. Process is not defined. Yes, I got you. Yeah. Okay. So how do we access? because these are usually available at build time. I thought it said it polyfilled it, but maybe that's not what it meant. Let's close this. Okay, view public environment variables. Let's get back there. Okay, we've got that. View CLI server. In both cases, the app process dot. Did I do process.env? Yeah, process.env, and in here, process.env. Okay, in client server, you can access. I don't believe you because I don't see it doing it. Let's see here. Process.env dot. Okay. And it's really saying it doesn't exist here, because if we come back here, it really doesn't exist. You know what this could be? It's because I'm not in the view app yet. I'm initializing it. And so I'm only in the client side code of the actual site. I think that's what might be happening. So let's change up our strategy. So let's do this. Take this out here. And let's come down here and let's go into app, create app. Yeah, so let's do this check in the app instead. So let's do it here, and then I think it will be available. Return string can always with a function body. Okay, we'll just say throw new error. Okay, there we go. Now I have a feeling this will work now. Let's go over here. Let's reload. Clear. Okay, yes. Stuff's happening. I don't know. I can't remember what that browse breakpoint was for, but okay, so it still didn't work. Let's see here. Yeah, process is not defined. Okay, so let's see. I'm in the view app at this point, so it should be. Cloud. All right. How do I access public env bars in a view app that are in a .env.local file? Could have used Copilot, I guess. I'm just, oh, it's Vite app. Or wait, let's see here. Okay, in view, oh wait, if using Vite or view underscore app, if using view CLI. Okay, you know what? So maybe just Vite underscore. But that still doesn't explain the, import meta.env. Yeah, it's the new way. That's son of a, all right, cool. That's good. And then I think we're gonna have to type it. Yeah, we'll do that after, but okay, let's look for the other .env. That's local. No, 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 no. Similar. Yeah, here we go. There. Okay, so it's not complaining here. But anyways, let's save that. Oh, and let's actually, We're not using the view CLI as far as I know, so let's do this. And we're going to place with v underscore. Okay. Local utils. It's only here anyways. Vite unsight.dev. I don't know why it's not finding in the other one, but app.view, and then here, Vite, and there. Okay, throw new error expected. Oh, yeah, gotta close that. So, no, that's right. What's it not liking here? Expected. Oh, period. Good old syntax. Oh, so that's good there, and it's okay. It's only complaining in here. What do you mean its value is never used? Oh, yeah, it's because I don't know how to change stuff. Okay, so it looks like we're all good now. Yeah, it could be old docs. Yeah, exactly, Anthony. Sorry, just seen your comment. Anyways, that should be good now. No compilation errors, none of that source map error stuff. So let's reload the extension. Let's clear. And I'm going to refresh, and I'm hoping to see something in the network panel. No. Okay. App view insight not found in .env. That's okay, because it's not supposed to be app view. I don't think, I think I changed all those. Oh, would help if I actually changed it where the env is. And yes, there. I know I got that squiggly red on the other thing down there, but worry about that after. Okay, let's reload this. Close the console. Let's get some real estate here. Son of a. All right, let's see. V insight not found in there. Okay. Let's actually debug that. So if we go to here, I know it's not going to exist, but I just want to refresh it. And I just want to look at import.meta.env. Cannot read. Really? Okay, undefined. Did I copy it wrong? Yeah, it does restart the server, but it's a good call. Um, all right, showtime looks good. Let's reload. Let's refresh. Undefined, but import. That whole thing's undefined. So, okay. Anyways, we restarted. That's good. I know it's gonna be something silly. Let's see here. Process.env. No. Local only variable. Sometimes I have environment. Yeah. Okay, that I get. Last updated 2022. So, oh wait, I'm in view CLI. Maybe that's why. Let's see. Vite public environment variables. This is not the official docs, but whatever. Yeah, Vite underscore. I've got that. Really, I have to do import.env even. I find that hard to believe. import.meta.env.v. Yeah. So why is that not picking up? Import.meta.env. Let's do so. Let's open up Copilot. Why is import.meta variable undefined? Yes, I have a .env file. Yes, vite config. Do I really need that? I feel like that's the default. Environmentals will start with vite underscore. Yes, I'm aware of that. Vite underscore. Yes. The interesting thing is there is process.env elsewhere. That's on the website. That's in the stuff Daniel worked on. This is in mine though. Define config dev process. Okay, no. Process.env. That's during build, so that's no. Okay. Let's see. I know it's something silly, but we'll figure it out. Am I using Sonnet? Yeah, I am. Okay, cool. Let's ask Perplexity. I installed the Perplexity Copilot extension today. Why is undefined, or why is import in import meta undefined? Yeah, no, I'm deep in I'm in Claude or Copilot all the time. Vite only exposes environment variables that are prefixed with Vite. Yes, I get that. If your variable does not start with the prefix, it will not be accessible via import.meta.env. Incorrect file location. Did I put my... It's possible I put it in the wrong folder, maybe. Oh, you know what it is? Actually, let's see where my .env local is. I think what I need to do is I need to put it... Yeah, I think this is the problem. I need to put it into my package in the workspace. I think that might be it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that's all it is. So let's try that. Cool. And let's come back here. Where are we at? Okay. There. And we've got a breakpoint. Not there. This is the old code. Let's go back up here. Let's reload. Gladiators. Nope. But import meta.env. Undefined, right? Okay. That's undefined. That's undefined. Okay. Still not it. Yeah, I did move it, so I'm gonna try... It's definitely there. Vite underscore. Gonna try .env. Okay, there. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I didn't see your comment, but yeah, same idea. Okay, so my guess is if there's no .env file, it's just not going to make import meta.env. I don't know, but import should be accessible. I don't know if this is because I'm in the context of a browser extension, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, let's reload. No. And let's see, what about process? No. Okay. So that's undefined. All right. Got to figure that out. Envar is wrecking shiz as usual. Yeah. I mean, I can add .env obviously, but I don't think I need to. But, you know, we could always do... Can try it. Let's see here. I'm sure it'll work after that, but import.meta, like, why is that not accessible? Okay. Let me go look. Actually, let me look in Daniel's project. env example, next webhook secret key. Okay, readme. Okay, that's not GitHub app ID. Dev repos to index. That's okay. That one isn't a next one. So this is not public, but okay, that's not helping. But let's just close some stuff. Okay, he's looking at process.env, but I think this is really during the build. So let's see here. Okay, in a view app, I'm in a mono repo and have a .env file with some variables prefixed with v underscore. How do I access them in a client side only app? Yeah. Yeah, did you hear me say not accessible before? Hey, Todd. Yeah, I fixed some text before because I was copying some stuff and it was super light, so on a dark background. Not super light, sorry. It was super light on a white background. But we got it to AAA. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, so let's see what Perplexity says here. And I can zoom this in too because it's web tech. All right. We're doing all that right. That's right. Yeah. Okay. Everybody says the same thing, but it's not doing it. I did all that, but import in import.meta.env is undefined. Is it because the app is running in a browser extension? It shouldn't matter, it's just web, but is it because the view app is... Talk to me, Perplexity. Yeah, no, I don't necessarily... Yeah, I don't necessarily have to destructure it, but I wonder, like, maybe during the compilation it thinks that, so we could try that. Let's do this. Or you know what? Let's just access it. I usually just structure those things, but whatevs. Let's there. Okay, and similar issue. Oh, I've got issues. Also, I hope you're doing well today, Todd. Good to see you, my man. Okay, there. Okay. So what did it say? If import meta is and running as a browser, it could be due to several reasons. Environment, variable prefix. Yeah, they are. I mean, let's just double check, but so I'm not crazy. Vite underscore, and it's in my web extension. Yeah, no, I guess, yeah, no, it could be like weird stuff, kind of like in solid.js where if you destructure, like, you shouldn't be doing that. I think it's for props, some stuff like that. But okay, location of the .env file. The .env file should be located in the root of your project. It is. Okay, running a view app in a browser extension may restrict access to certain APIs or context. Okay, build process. Oh, lobster tails. Nice, man. Yeah, I'm doing well too, man. Yeah, it's I, you know, I like a good lobster roll, but I gotta admit that because like I don't eat lobster that often, but when we do, it's typically like Father's Day and it's like just carnage. But a lot of it, it's usually just tails and claws, and I kind of like it just with butter. I still like a lobster roll, but I actually prefer just the lobster with butter, hot butter. But I also don't eat it that often. But it is good. Yeah, the best parts, obviously, like I mean, you can do the legs too. Like with we usually have like kind of nutcracker tools to get at that stuff. But obviously, like the biggest meaty parts are the claws and the tails. But like tails are so good. I actually haven't had barbecued tails, but I feel like that would be good. Um, anyways, side note, but I've been making yeah. Oh yeah, the knuckles too. Yeah, knuckles are good too. Yeah, I've been making fried chicken at home recently. So like I found a recipe. It's very basic, but it's just really good. I I'm a big fan of pickles, so I eat pickles and you keep the brine and you basically marinate the chicken in the pickle brine, and then after that just lightly coat with a bit of flour, dip in eggs, and then I use panko, and just it basically makes like little chicken nuggets or whatever, or however big you want. And like today, I made a sandwich with it, and so just like it's called a mishloaf. I don't even know what that's called in English, but it's kind of like it looks kind of like a rye a bit, I guess, and with some sweet like sandwich pickles, and then like mayo with some Frank's Red Hot sauce and the chicken. Really good. And you're making it yourself. It's nice. I did it air fryer style, but like I'm sure like it probably tastes even better deep fried. But yeah, Nikki T cooks. That's right. I'm multifaceted. I am an enigma. Okay, so just doing some checks here. Like, I don't think we really need to add it to the config of the extension. The base. I gotta zoom this out for a second. Actually, let me close a few files. Um, let's just see here. I could explicitly define the Vite underscore, but I really don't think I need to. Just seeing what else is in here. I didn't write this whole config, by the way. It's I'm using a web extension template, but okay, let's just see. Test. I'm just gonna paste this. Based on my beat config, is there anything that should be changed to allow for whatchamacallit, public environment vars like pirates prefixed with um Vite underscore. Yeah, no. I think a lot of it in the config here, it's because like uh browser extensions are a bit of a different beast, so you have to generate different manifests for like Firefox and stuff. But okay, let's see here. To allow for public environments Vite in your Vite, ensure yes, got the prefix requirement. Yeah. Uh, that is still undefined. So this is a security feature to prevent sensitive information. Yes, I got it. In a .env file, accessing variables client-side code, alternative plugin. If you need to access additional variables, okay, Vite plugin. Okay. Um, I've done all the above, but import.meta.env is undefined. Is it because it's running in a browser extension? see. Okay. Okay, browser extension limitations often have, yeah, I'm aware there's like security aspects of it, but Vite configuration, ensure that your Vite is, yes, that's fine. Be probably referencing your vconfig using load env or similar variable reference. In some cases, it may not popularly reference a specific variable from it. Environment variables prefix, that's fine. Okay. I'm not positive, but we're doing everything right. So I'm gonna guess it's because it's running in the context of a browser extension that it might not be accessible. But you know what? Let's actually go look at Vuex. What's it called? Browser extension. Is this it? Where is it? Antfoo browser extension template. Yeah, this is what we're using. So let me just drop this in the chat. So this is what the browser extension is based off. This is the first time I'm using it. In the past, I've used something called ViteCRX, which this actually uses under the hood, I think. ViteCRX. Yeah, this one here. The reason why these are great is like the one I'm using right now is Vue specific, but with CRX JS, you can use React Solid. You can use whatever you want. But I went with Antfoo's opinionated one because I knew we would be using Vue. But I'm just curious about if it has any docs about import. Let's see here. Directly use browser and view composition without importing. View use. Okay. Let's see here. I just don't know how to test if it's. All right. You know what? Let's just to make sure I'm not like cuckoo. Let's go to stackblitz.com. And no, not Bolt. Although Bolt is cool, but that's not what I'm talking about right now. Let's create a new project. Let's do Vue. I just want to do a sanity check in a Vue app. So let's do this. Okay. Cool. We're up and running. Let's do another terminal. Let's do code.env. Oh, wait. It's not VS Code. It's internal. So let's do new file. Let's do .env.local. And then we'll say vite. And then we'll say lobster equals. Okay, that's good. And now let's just go to a component. And we got there, hello world. And then let's just do, I don't know, P. And then let's do import.meta.env.vite_lobster. Okay. So I feel better already because that's not there, but let me put in. Oh, wait, no, sorry, that's just me not doing things right. Import.meta. Oh, type module. That's why. And maybe that's why. So if we come here and we'll say type, wait, error parsing JavaScript import may appear only within source type module. This is of type module. Maybe it's somewhere else. Okay, but that's a good clue potentially. Let's go to package.json of the web extension. I'm guessing there's no type module in here, and that's why. Okay, let's try this. So it's just a hunch, but type module. Isn't it type module? In package JSON. Type module. There we go. Cool. All right. That's, I don't know. Could be wrong here, but I feel like this might be it. This could be winner, winner, chicken dinner. Nope. Okay. Okay. Recursive fast fail. Hey, sounds good. No particular error. Okay. It's npx as no. Okay. Well, clearly I just changed the package JSON, so I'm guessing it's that, but let's. Okay, and if we start this up again, the plot thickens, but okay. So the browser extension can't run as type module, which uh, which explains why import.env is not defined, I think. But where's source type module though? Whoops. That was my reminder to live stream now because originally I was taking my car. I'm getting a remote car starter put in it tomorrow because Canada. Okay, so I think maybe, oh, wonder if it's a TypeScript config, maybe. That shouldn't matter, but I don't know. Let's see here. So many configs. TS config, web, okay. Could not open because it's not found. Sure, cool. Whatevs. Okay, let's just go look in here. We don't need the web one. TS config. Oh, it's in here. Source type module, probably. I bet you it's in here. Let's do source. No. There we go. Except I wrote surv. I don't know if that's it. Okay. Not obvious. I'm hoping this is it, but okay. We don't care about that. Let's go to where we were. Back to the big show here. Let's reload the browser extension and reload. Okay. Let me look at what you sent there, Anthony. But let's just let this breakpoint run. Hold on a sec. Okay, not found on .env. That's better, I think. Because if we come here, let me just refresh this real quick. Well, whatever. Let's go look at what you sent, man. Yeah, okay. Zoom this in. Feed exposes. Yeah. It's just a TypeScript config. Is that it? Base URL. Yeah, there should be some default ones. Okay, .env files. V uses .env. Okay, so it is using .env. So I don't need to add that, which is fine. V underscore. Okay, errors as shown above is a number, but returns a string. Yeah, that's fine. Our only local only can contain sets of variables. Okay, IntelliSense for TypeScript, that's one thing. Yeah, this part I get. I can add that. So this is basically declaration merging in TypeScript. That's fine. So if we do .d.ts in web extensions, and then we can come down here. That's fine. And then basically, what did we call it? We can add that for sure. And so now if we come to, this is wrong. Yeah, exactly. Let's just undo that part. Okay. And if we come back to app.view, for example, so now here, if I do this, yeah, so now we're getting the IntelliSense, and if I do V, there's my guy. Okay, maybe it's just that, but let me just read a bit more here, because that's really just for the TypeScript IntelliSense. That's one thing. If your code relies on types from browser environments such as DOM and web worker, you can update the lib field. Does not work. Make sure you have any import statements in env.ts. Let's check that. Also, thanks for the help there, Anthony. Okay, no, there's no d.ts. We have globals, which I was just in, component, shim, modules. Okay, there, that's fine. Declarate d.ts. Okay, sure. Don't need these. Well, those types are clearly important for something, but that's not that big a deal. So we've got this. We're doing a declaration merge, so we're enhancing import meta.env here. That's good. Yeah, because the thing is, like, this part here, this is just telling TypeScript, hey, this exists. That's all we're doing. So it doesn't change the fact that in JavaScript code at runtime import dot meta is undefined, or even import itself. So it's definitely something else, but I'm just wondering if there's a signal to V to just somehow know. My guess is it's because we're in the it's my guess is because we're in the browser extension, but the thing is the Vue app gets built, and so like it should within the Vue app itself have import.meta.env, even though that Vue app is running on a GitHub page as a browser extension. So I'm just gonna see here. Vite build, no, okay. Yeah, that's all fine. The different values of node in mode also on its corresponding properties. Yeah, that's fine. All right, you know what? Let's see here. Index. Um, gonna do it right in the app here. Import.meta.env. Let's do prompt. This is just my lazy way of debugging. JSON.stringify. Yeah, exactly. Help. I'm like almost like my hunch is it's because something to do with, even if that code is available in the view, I feel like something about it running in the context of a browser extension is restricting something. But I just want to see if this actually gives anything. Null two. Yes, I know you don't want prompts. Prompt. I don't want no prompt because a prompt is a. All right. What do we got here? What's the rule called? Oh yeah, I saw this before. Whatever. I guess you clued into what I was saying there, Roxy. Cool. Console.dir import. I'm just throwing out 90s bangers today. Okay, let's do this and ESLint. Okay, no console, unused ESLint, whatever. It's not unused. Okay, seems to be okay in there. Okay, so let's see here. It does restart it, but I'm just gonna restart it for funsies. Okay, so let's put a refresh. Yeah, I haven't, that's normal because I haven't reloaded it yet. And let's see what, yeah, no, no scrubs, yeah. Yeah, no shrubs, yeah, the gardener's anthem. There's also, I don't know if anybody remembers this, but there was another song called I Don't Want No Pigeons, and it was like kind of like a clap back to No Scrubs, I think. Anyways, I won't say any of the lyrics in case it violates any Twitch code of conduct or something, but um let me load this here. Okay, we got an object now. Okay. So we've got it there. This is, but I don't have my thing yet here. Okay, this is progress though, so it's available there. But why is it not picking up my stuff? Okay. Um Interesting. Import.meta. Okay. So why, I guess some weird things, not weird things, but like just the plot thickens. So when I'm in the index here, that is good. Let's go in the view app itself. Like if we go to app and okay. Any Weird Al fans? I listened to a lot of Weird Al in the 90s. Um, okay. All right. So I'm getting that there. Okay, so we're in better shape already. I don't know what changed, but now this is actually evaluating to something. I can't, why can't I put a breakpoint? But okay, so import.meta.env exists now. It wasn't existing before. So now it's just a question of why is it not loading my stuff? So we're getting closer. All right. And Vite, let's try view app just in case, maybe. Let's see, hold on a sec. And let's do view app, shake and bake, replace, YOLO. All right, cool. Let's come back here. Let's reload regulators. Mount up. All right, cool. We're good. I'm just alt tabbing like a mofo here. Let's see here. Cool, cool. Okay, that's reloaded. All right, so I'm still getting the object, but it's not loading my stuff. So this is my error I'm throwing, so that's expected. So, okay, at least we have import.meta.env now. So it's not picking up view app either. Okay, so that's all good. View app. I'm gonna go back to Vite. Whoops, actually. Okay, replace all. It's running Vite, so it should pick it up anyways. Okay, at least we're making some progress here. And oh, I probably just gave ugly bottom double chin or something on screen, but okay, so why doesn't it pick this up? And the only thing is, let's see, we need to configure it in the Vite config. Don't have to necessarily, but I might just try that as a, yeah, here, Vite. Where did it say to put that in the config? Vite underscore, that's right. Oh yeah, this is what I want to look. Env prefix define config. And then we want to do that in Vite config webx. Okay. Let's close this, close this. Which config though? Okay, shared user config. Define config, shared config. Cool. Let's try this. If it's just that, I'm gonna be like, because like by default it should just be that, I think. But anyways, okay. It's, oh, I didn't reload it. Okay, still the same thing. So there's clearly something wrong there. Yeah, no worries, man. Take care, Anthony. Thanks for hopping by. I'm probably gonna call it 2 because I've been on since 2:30 here. Um, but make good progress. I think I'm just gonna leave this last bit. I'm gonna put up the PR into review mode, and just gonna mention I'm just stuck on this thing. It's not a blocker right now. This is kind of like a work in progress, but okay, we don't need that. This is, anyways, I'll commit what I have, but yeah. I think we're good for now. Anyways, thanks everybody for hanging today. Appreciate it. For those of you who are taking some time off soon, happy holidays. For those who aren't, I hope you get some sleep anyways. And this will be the last stream, I think, for the year. I might do one tomorrow, but I don't know. But I'll definitely see you in 2025, and yeah, see you in the next one, everybody. Yeah, happy holidays, Roxy.